Was Atlantis a real place, a glimmer of a forgotten civilization swallowed by the sea? Or is it just one of humanity's most enduring myths? The story starts with the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, around 360 BC. He described Atlantis as a powerful and advanced island nation, larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined. Located just beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, the Atlanteans were a noble and mighty people. Their island was a paradise, rich in natural resources, with magnificent temples, palaces, and a sophisticated system of canals. They were master engineers and architects living in prosperity and peace, but as with so many great empires, their success led to hubris. They grew greedy, corrupt, and arrogant, eventually angering the gods. As punishment in a single day and night of misfortune, the island of Atlantis was destroyed by earthquakes and floods, disappearing forever beneath the waves. It's a dramatic story, and for centuries, people have been captivated by it. Was Plato telling a true story passed down through generations, or was he creating a cautionary tale, a parable about the dangers of pride and imperial ambition? He claimed the story came from Egyptian priests, who told it to the Athenian statesman Solon. But outside of Plato's own writings, there's no mention of Atlantis in any other ancient text. This lack of corroborating evidence is a major red flag for most historians and archaeologists. They argue that if an empire as massive and influential as Atlantis existed, we would have found some trace of it by now: pottery, tools, sunken ruins, anything. So, if it wasn't a real place, where did Plato get the idea? One popular theory points to a real-life cataclysm, the volcanic eruption of Thera. Now, the Greek island of Santorini, around 1600 BC, this was one of the largest volcanic events in human history. It triggered massive tsunamis that devastated the Minoan civilization on the nearby island of Crete. The Minoans were an advanced Bronze Age culture with impressive palaces, art, and a powerful navy. The sudden collapse of their civilization could have inspired tales of a mighty empire destroyed by the sea, stories that might have been passed down for over 1,000 years until Plato heard a version of them. The similarities are compelling. A powerful island civilization, advanced for its time, wiped out by a natural disaster. Another idea is that Plato simply invented Atlantis as a literary device. In his dialogues, he uses Atlantis as a foil to his ideal state, ancient Athens. Atlantis represents a technologically advanced but morally corrupt empire, while his idealized Athens represents a society built on virtue and reason. The story of their conflict and Atlantis' ultimate downfall serves to illustrate his philosophical points about politics, justice, and the ideal society. It was a thought experiment, a powerful story to make his audience think. Despite the lack of concrete proof, the search for Atlantis continues. People have claimed to have found it everywhere from the Caribbean to Antarctica. Ignatius Donnelly, a U.S. congressman in the 19th century, reignited modern interest with his book, Atlantis, the Antediluvian World, arguing it was the mother culture for ancient civilizations around the globe. His ideas, while popular, have been widely dismissed by the scientific community. So, what really happened to Atlantis? The most likely answer is that it never existed as the grand empire Plato described. It was probably a combination of a historical memory, like the destruction of the Minoans, and a philosophical allegory created by Plato himself. The story of Atlantis speaks to our fascination with lost worlds and golden ages and our fear of nature's power. It's a testament to the power of a good story that, thousands of years later, we are still searching for a city that may have only ever existed in the mind of a philosopher. What do you think? Is Atlantis real, or is it just the greatest story never proven? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries.